Okay, there we go. Sorry for the late start, everybody. So what had happened? A lot of technical difficulties. There we go. Sorry for the late start, everybody. Whoops, I actually accidentally had the stream up. But anyway, sorry for that. We had a lot of technical difficulties, but everything's set up. We're good to go. Yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna pass it over to Josh now.
Okay. All right, I am ready-ish. But yes, we did have technical difficulties. I am going 100 miles an hour, everybody, and I do apologize. I'm just, I was gonna say I had trouble setting up and everything else, but now we're live, so I'm glad everybody is here. I do want to start off by again thanking everybody that's helped us out: ChiefDucky, Ryan, and Robin, and all my hunters here. I want to also thank Mike Jen for kind of giving us a shout out a couple weeks ago. I've got several things going on, so I want to thank all of our viewers. I want to thank fans, contributors. I do want to give a special shout out to two people right now. One is Hunter, Mr. Kyle's brother, for being such a for being an awesome donor. I also want to thank Mr. Brian for allowing me to use his computer, which is part of the reason why I'm here, but I'm still clear and not lagging. So I do want to thank that. We do have a giveaway whenever we hit 30 subscribers. We have the alternate, or the variant cover art for number 28 MMPR that ChiefDucky is showing right now. As soon as we hit 30 subscribers, we will do a giveaway. We'll basically draw a name out of a hat of all the subscribers, and the winner gets it. I'm trying to think of what else we need before we start. Do any of you guys have anything to say real quick? Okay, guess not. Then we are going to, since we are on a late start, we're going to go ahead and, Mr. Chief, will you roll that beautiful
bean footage?
That beautiful bean footage. No, we can go ahead and start our theme and our opening.
Yes. All right, just 1 second.
Oh no.
Centuries ago, a relic war began that nearly destroyed our world, scattering the relics across the globe. Now Lord Von Helsing has returned, and a new group of heroes must stop him. They are the Relic Hunters.
Boom! That was the intro. Hey-o. Hey, before we start though, I gotta thank Dakman0137 for the follow, Jags for the follow, and Kelsonik91 for the follow. Much appreciated, guys. Much appreciated. Yo, Dakman, you're in the chat. Love you guys already. Thank you for the invite, GM. Thank you, Dakman. Thank you.
I do, before we get started, I do want to throw a special shout out to Mr. Ryan's wife. It is her birthday today.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to put her on the spot real quick. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. A little recap for everybody. Last Ooh, I found them. Anyway, last week, you all our relic hunters, they were able to obtain their relics and use them. Relic Unleashed was announced by all, and they were able to fully suit up and take on a couple of villageers and find out a couple of their new enemies. We also ended they also obtained mounts who are very mysterious to them at the moment. But they obtained all their mounts, which are very unique characters. We'll call them that. As well as at the very end of our episode, our very own Mr. Jason decided to jump off his mount and do a superhero landing, which will have slight repercussions right now. So can you please roll me a d6, Mr. Jason?
I suppose I can, good sir. Woohoo! Wait, 5. Yeah, 5, not 10. 5.
5. Okay, so you were able to land it perfectly with little damage, but do you still sustain damage as you go to stand back up after your wonderful flashy show? You realize that your leg's not really attached anymore.
Damn it!
Your stitches came loose, and now as you go to take a step, you fall over. You don't take actual damage, but your right leg that you landed on has now disconnected from your body.
Okay, can I pick it up? Can I start trying to attach it back?
Yeah, you're laying on the ground. I suppose so.
So do I have to roll for that? Do I have to roll that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Oh, fuck.
Why do you ask the question? You shouldn't have asked. You didn't have to roll.
I know.
That's true.
I shouldn't have.
And you got a 1, didn't you?
No, I got another 5. Thank you.
Okay, you are able to reattach your leg. As you do notice that since you were changed. You were still in your suit when your leg fell off. Your suit reattached or helps your leg reattach, and you have full suit again. Then that's how we open a wonderful episode 2 of Relic Hunters. And I apologize if I'm jumping in and out of frame. I have a different setup tonight, so I'm reaching over. So, as we do start, everybody is on their mounts except for Jason, and all your mounts they get a little restless, and they all take off. Jason, your mount comes down and swoops you up. Roll me one more d6.
Okay. 6.
You are perfectly fine. You're able to jump on your manticore with great ease, even though you just reconnected your knee. So you are fine on your manticore. I did forget to announce at the very beginning, donation. If you do donate $5, it donates a spin on the wonderful Wheel of Relics.
Let me show them the wheel.
Yes, the wonderful Wheel of Relics.
Good spins the wheel.
Can I still talk while you show wheel?
Yeah, you can still talk. Yeah, I have it up.
Okay. Yes, but there's the wonderful Wheel of Relics. Whenever you do spin, or if whenever they do spin, they get to choose when they spin. They can either get a +1 to their next roll. When they use it, a -1 to their next roll, or a D6 on the next roll. Keep in mind, though, the computer just shut off on me.
You're still here.
I'm still here?
Yeah.
Okay, I cannot see you guys. Keep in mind, though, I apologize. Keep in mind, though, that the I can use the spins as well, but I cannot get a D6. I can only get a +1 or a -1 to my roll. Yep. So I apologize. That freaked me out that everybody disappeared. I became really lonely. Okie dokie. So as you all are flying off in a unknown direction, according to all of you on your mounts, Jason, of course, is on his manticore. Joe is on her wonderful black and white seahorse with wings that is ribbed. Keep that in mind, that it is ribbed. I'm going to keep that around. Kyle, you were on your two-headed Cerberus. That is, you realize how you don't really understand how it's flying, but you do look down, and the metal cufflinks around all four legs of your two-headed Cerberus are actually, looks like they're kind of like jetpacks. So they are lifting you off the ground, and he is very able to control them very easily.
Hell yeah.
Then Elvira is actually riding a very human-esque looking man-bat thing that doesn't really like having Elvira on his back. So he's kind of shaken as he flies through. And then our last, Mr. Ryan, is riding a, what was it, like a 8-legged horse thing?
8-legged horse of Norse mythology.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're just going to call it 8-legged horse because I don't believe, I should have the names here, but I didn't. Dwayne, Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Sorry, that is what we're gonna call your 8-legged horse because he's so plentiful. Our Manticore is named Devin. Our wonderful black and white seahorse, his name is Cornelius, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, because I only write Corny because apparently I forgot the Elias. Kyle, whose Cerberus name is Jax, and Daxter, they're not too keen. They're kind of fighting along the way. And Elvira's little man bat is actually named Susan. Yes. So as you guys are flying through, will everybody please make me a 1d6 roll?
All of us? Oh, damn.
Yes. Dakman, it is a woman bat. So I apologize for the misgendering of the man bat, woman bat. All right, 4, 5, 4, and Joe, what did you get?
5.
5. Everybody passed the roll, so everybody stays morphed.
Yeah.
So, grats to all of you. Too bad for your mounts. The weight starts to kind of get to. So as you're flying, you guys get to this giant looming, just monstrous castle. That it's floating literally in midair. It looks like it's on a very arced, just piece of land, and it's just floating there. The horses land in the very front. There's a very open area that looks like there's a path, but that leads to nowhere. As all of you land, as soon as you land, the mounts literally turn back into little TM Furbies. All of originating color. And as they turn back in the Furbies, they all, in unison, look up at each of you and go, "Guess our time's up. We're out." And then they poof in a very, very dramatic. I won't call it a Michael Bay explosion. It's more like a Michael Bay explosion. It's not fully done. So they just into a fluff.
Okay.
What would you all like to do right now? You were standing in front of this ginormous castle. Jason, you would obviously, you live here. And Elvira, you've been here before a long time ago because you used to live here as well.
I'm just gonna walk through the front door like I own the place.
So how high up do you think we are?
You're easily probably about 3 to 4 miles up.
Oh damn.
You high. So what is everybody doing? Saying, I was gonna say, talk amongst yourselves.
Well,
we will see where this goes.
Like I said, I live here, so I'm just gonna go right in because, I mean, my room is that way. So I'm gonna just. How big are the doors? Like they're just normal sized doors, aren't they?
The front doors are huge, double-sized doors.
Okay, well I'm just gonna like boot kick it open and saying, "Daddy's home."
Speaking of boot, I believe you still owe me a door, and I'm gonna follow him.
What is it with him indoors?
Okay, so I will. I will go ahead and say, Jason, you are without a roll. You were able to kick these doors open, but as you kick them open, immediately on the other side is a very, very tall looking person that, Jason, you have never seen before. You do not know this person that is standing inside the castle. As you open the door, he is literally, I'd say, probably about, he's probably about 17 foot tall.
Oh my God.
Easily. He's very rotund, very circular-esque, and he's standing there in front of you. He's got a purple shade to him.
Okay. Okay, so
He doesn't say anything as you kick in the door. Ryan, Kyle, and Joe, are you guys going to say anything as this door is being kicked open?
I was going to chase after Jason and just go, yo, what's going on? You never really told us anything of what's going on. You just told us to change. We fought some things.
Okay, look, listen. All your questions will be answered in due time. I'm gonna shout that to Kyle,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna look back at the tall man. And who exactly are you in my part of the castle, looming in the darkness?
Your part.
Yes, my part.
As you do this, roll me 2d6 for. Actually, roll me 2d6 plus 1 for defense, because he's gonna come at you.
All right.
He's gonna die.
Please let a 12 pass.
No, because I rolled a wondrous 19.
Oh my God.
As he walks towards you, he literally just falls forward. Elvira and Ryan, or not Ryan, Kyle. I'm gonna get these names right at some point. Elvira, since you guys are standing close to Jason, will you also roll 1d6 each?
Oh, great.
God.
This is to either dodge out of the way or whatever you guys would like to do. So 2 does not work. 4 does, barely. Elvira, you're able to scrape away with just a little bit of goo on your arm. The giant man falls forward and boof, and covers both in very blob-esque slime.
Oh my God.
That's you hear him as he's laying there go, you pushed the wrong button, good sir.
I know you just didn't cover me in goo. Can I go ahead and morph again?
You're already morphed.
Oh, I'm still morphed. Oh yeah, we are.
Yes.
Okay, so wrong button. I'm gonna start charging electricity.
As you start charging electricity, please roll me 1d6.
Okay, and thank you, Niggle Bites, for the follow.
Woo, Nagel.
6.
You roll a 6. You are lucky. As you start to charge electricity, it immediately shuts down.
What?
Yep.
So
the reason I say you're lucky because as you start to charge, you feel him vibrate a little bit. Luckily, your electricity shuts down on its own, sensing that it would have caused a bad reaction inside of this giant man.
Okay, so who else is covered in the goo?
Me.
Mr. Kyle.
So my electricity stopped. My innate electricity stopped because it sensed like it would do something inside this goo.
Yes. Joe and Ryan, what are you guys doing? You see all of this happen right at the doorway. By the way, he's right in the doorway, basically.
Is there like a pathway around the goo, or is like the goo like everywhere?
Oh, thank you, L. Taylor, for the host.
There is a very small.
My game's in the chat, guys.
Yo, what's up, Mike
what's up, Mike
Jen?
Jen?
Yo, what's up, brother?
Yes, Mr. Gold. All right. Yes, there is a slight opening to. It would be your right of the door. It's very small, so
Okay.
you can attempt to go through it. You can try to help your fellow hunters.
Mike Jen, thank you for the host.
Thank you, Mike.
I'm gonna look at Joe and I'll be like, "What should we do?"
Beats me. I'm gonna try and go around.
I say we let him solve his own quabbles. Or is it quips?
Will you three please roll me a d6?
Oh, 6. Whew.
Okay,
Ooh,
6,
okay.
1, and Joe, what was yours?
4.
4. Okay, Mr. Ryan and Miss Joe, you are safe. Elvira, you feel a slight nudge on you as you say that, and you are now pushed from behind into the giant mango.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ryan and Joe, you see this. He has now been pushed by a currently silent Gitmo.
Ooh.
Whenever I
Oh,
get pushed,
dude.
can I attempt acrobatics to see if I can not fall into the goo?
Do what? I could not hear you.
As I'm pushed, can I attempt an acrobatics in combination with my yet divulged Power Ranger power to not fall in the goo?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a d6.
I'm gonna do the +1 in agility today. I figured I need. So
That
that's
is
7.
perfectly fine. That's 7. That is perfectly fine. You are able. You feel him push you, and you are able to slightly move out of the way, but your foot does get stuck in the goo. As all of this is happening, the giant mango is laying on top of you two, and he grumbles, and he goes, oh no. Will you two please roll me a d6?
Who's rolling?
Kyle and Jason, please roll
Okay,
me
yeah.
a d6.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay.
3 and a 1. Kyle,
Yeah.
Kyle, you sensed a rumbling inside the goo. I will allow you to either grab Jason or attempt to pull yourself out of the goo.
Before I decide, you said that we were morphed.
Yes.
Yeah, we're still more.
Which one am I right now?
You are still
I'm
the
Dean.
buff. Yes, you are
I'm
Dean,
Dean.
technically.
Well, since I'm Dean, see you, Jason. I'm gonna try to get out myself.
You no, come back, help!
Roll me 2d6, please.
Oh man.
Jason, it was only because I was Dean and I'm not Kyle right now. Sorry, brother.
It's all good. It's all good.
Total of 9.
That you are able to pull yourself majoritarily out, so you will not be affected by this upcoming terrible thing. Jason, you feel the rumbling. The large blob person goes to stand up, and he lets out a very loud groan. And he releases some gas. The gas, will you please roll me a d6? Jason,
6.
you are fine. You take no damage, but I will say it ejects you from him, and you are now flying through the air and land on the stairs. To give you guys an idea, after the doors open and everything into this giant foyer, and it's, when I say giant, it's at least, I'd easily say probably about 70 to 80 foot long and probably about 50 foot wide. So he is launched all the way across the 70-foot room onto some giant staircase. ChiefDucky, do you have the pictures by chance still of the maps that I sent?
I do not have them already like put on a scene right now.
Okay. Here I was say after I will show. We do have maps made
Yes, we do.
for
I have them
the
drawn
main.
out.
So though I was say I'd rather just pop it up rather than show it on the webcam. But anyway, I will explain. But yeah, he flies all the way across the room. The blob the blob-esque person stands up, turns around, and goes, "Oops."
Okay, am I knocked unconscious?
No.
Okay.
Your roll saved you from that, but you did fly across the room.
So I'm like 70 feet across the room.
Yes.
Okay, at this point, Jason is going to be thoroughly pissed because he's never been, bested this way before. So can I attempt to conjure a lightning bolt, like a lightning ball, and throw it with all my might?
You can attempt. Roll me a d6, please.
Okay, 1d6 or 2d6?
Well, go ahead and roll me 2d6.
I was about to say,
actually,
because of the distance, I want to be fair. And yeah, plus I
you
do
are
get.
perfectly fine.
Plus, I get 2d6.
You are perfectly fine.
Okay. Okay, does a 11 work?
No. It allows you to throw it, but as you throw it, it doesn't, or it hits him, but it bounces off. And literally just goes toward, on the right side is a door, and it hits the door and dissipates. What is everybody else doing? As this giant blob is now out of the doorway, like he's back up, he's standing up a little bit, so there is a clear way through. Nobody's tried to talk to this giant, magnificent thing.
Yeah, because
I'm actually going to. Well, because Joe and I noticed that it was Gitmo, right?
Yes.
I'm going to turn to Gitmo and say, hello.
Hi!
So could you maybe fill us in on what's going on? Why are we here?
You are all now relic hunters, as his voice cracks. He seems a little different from last time that he was helping in battle.
As
Okay,
he's explaining this, I want to have Elvira lean over Gitmo and reach her hand down and put it on his head and be like, "Did you just try to push me into that thing?"
Oh, you mean Bob? Yeah, I did.
Why?
Bob?
Yeah, Bob the Blob.
Bob the Blob.
Yes,
Okay.
I understand his name is Blob Gitmo. Why would you push that thing?
Okay.
Because it looked fun, and Bob paid me to help him out.
Okay.
She's gonna
Great.
point her finger
So,
and be like, "Bad Gitmo."
Bad Elvira.
where do we go? What do we do now? I mean, we're here. It's unfamiliar. What do we do?
Come inside and we'll explain. Go to the dining room. Everybody to the dining room.
I want
Okay.
to stay behind just for a minute,
Okay.
and I want to walk up to the goo guy.
Bob the Blob.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna go.
He looks down at you and goes, "Yes."
Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me there is some air freshener or something somewhere in the house.
Nope.
Oh my god. And I just turn and just walk away, just like, God.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you.
Well, okay, you'll have to excuse me because the hang time of that funk is getting to my head. Okay, go ahead.
So does that mean I can't have a hug?
And I just walk away.
Bob looks physically sad.
I want to walk by Bob towards the dining room, and I just want to like pat him on the shoulder and be like, "Nice to meet you, man," and then just walk by.
You're gonna attempt to pat Bob on the shoulder?
But not like touch him, but like, like nonchalantly, like you want to touch, but it's like.
Okay, he is 17 foot tall. You can attempt to pat his buttocks.
No, I'm just gonna give him a thumbs up
As he sees this, because he's still looking at Joe, he looks sad. He sees your thumbs up and he perks up and goes.
Hey. Walk through the dining room.
Okay. Gitmo to the dining room, which is to the right of the hall. Will everybody roll me a d6 for perception to see if you guys see anything?
Well, am I still like halfway across the room?
Yes, you are on the stairs.
Yeah, I would say like I'm still all the way across the room.
Am I still in the goo?
No, remember you were able to shift yourself a majority out of it when Bob stood up. You're completely out. Okay, so we got Elvira with a 1, Joe with a 6, Ryan with a 6, Jason with a 3. Okay, the only one that does not see this is Elvira. Everybody does notice on the back of, or on the side of, I can't, headphone. On the other side of the dining room, there is a large door, a small door, and then it looks like a doggy door. The small door is the same size as the doggy door, but it is an actual door. I said it's no larger than like a 1.5 feet tall.
Is it Gitmo sized?
The small door is Gitmo size. Yeah, it's about 2 foot tall.
Okay.
And the doggy door is the same size as the door, but it's literally just a free flow.
Okay. All right.
Oof.
I'm going to walk and sit down in one of the chairs.
Okay. The doors open up. Gitmo leads you in, but doesn't say a word, and he kind of steers off and goes into the door in the back or the door on the side. As he opens it, you see it looks like kitchen supplies, and it looks like a kitchen in there. What is everybody else doing? Is everybody else following into the dining room, or?
I would like to get off the staircase and walk up.
You can get off the staircase.
Okay, so I'm gonna like get out of like the indentation that I made on the staircase, walk back over to Bob, and look back up at him. If he's still standing in the same location, why?
Yes,
why did we have to fight? Why didn't you tell me you lived here?
You kicked open the door, and I figured I'd have a little fun with you. I've been watching.
You know I live here too, right?
I know, that's why I've been watching.
And you know that's how I enter the castle every time, right?
Every time.
Yes. But you have guests with you this time.
I'll deal with you later. Right now, I have to follow them.
Okay, follow them. I'll do the wave. And he starts literally just jiggling.
Okay, so I would go the route that they took, following them, Gitmo, into the area that you're describing.
Okay. Kyle and Joe, are you also heading to the dining room?
Yeah.
Yeah, as I enter into the dining room, can I go back to the human form?
Oh, do you want to demorph?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. That is perfectly fine. You are now normal self.
And so Elvira walks into the dining room. She's also going to demorph.
Okay.
She's going to take her hair out of that loose bun that she put it in before they got into their scruffle.
Okie dokie. That is perfectly fine. Is everybody else staying morphed, or are you going to demorph as well?
I'll take my helmet off.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm just taking my helmet
Okay, so-
off, same as them.
Okay, so Joe, Jason, and Ryan are just helmets, and Elvira and Kyle are demorphed?
Yep.
Okie dokie. As where there are, this is a very long table, and there's seats, but the seats are actually color coordinated. Gitmo jumps on the not Gitmo. There is a very large rabbit that decides to hop in and jumps on the table. And whenever I say a very large rabbit, I'd say he's probably about 3 foot tall. So he's very large. He jumps on the table and he looks around, and he opens up his hand to kind of guide you to your seats.
Does Jason know who this is?
Yes.
Okay, so in
Jason.
Yeah, so in character knowledge,
go.
what is the rabbit's name?
The rabbit's name is, I wrote it down somewhere.
You're fine.
Yes. This is wonderfulness. The rabbit's name is just Salis.
Just Salis. So
Yep.
So just Salis. So Jason will have a nickname if it's okay with the DM.
That's perfectly fine.
You call the rabbit Juju.
Okay.
So Jason,
That is-
Jason's going to see the rabbit. Juju, how's it going? It's been a while.
He literally just no words, just
Oh, you've been doing good? Good. Okay, because look, we have a lot of guests, and we have to, show them around. Can we do that? Is it
He
dinner
shakes
time?
his head. he nods his head.
Okay. So
As does everybody sit down.
Look, Jason, you found somebody that's just as good as words that you are. And then Elvira sits down.
Elvira, I tolerate you for many, many reasons.
As everybody takes their seats and sits down, you hear slight music. It's dun 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 dun. And as you do, from the kitchen in pairs of two is a spoon, a fork, a spoon, a fork, a spoon, a fork, and then plates following the spoons and forks. They are dancing themselves into the dining area from the kitchen. They all hop up on the table and they set themselves right in front of all of you. As this is all happening on the far end away from everybody, because you guys are literally set at the basically the head. Jason is set at the head of the table, and then Elvira is on, it would be Jason's left, along with Ryan next, and then on the right would be Kyle, and then at the very end of the table you see a mirror form on the wall. Jason, you have never seen this mirror before.
Okay.
On the mirror, it literally shows it looks like a dinner entree, and then it flashes off real quick, and you see a face appear, and he goes, the face literally looks around at you and goes, "New guests. I am perfectly fine with this. My name is Bobo, sorry, and I am here to guide you, per se. Whenever there is a mission needed, come to me. I will let you know. Drac has given me considerable free roam, if you will, to kind of say what needs to be said and help you along with your upcoming war."
Okay.
Does anybody have anything to say?
I have no idea. And who exactly are you, if you don't mind my asking?
I am Bobo.
I know you're Bobo, but who are you, and how did you get into the castle? Where did you come to be?
I'm a mirror that was passed down, and I'm here to help you. I will explain more later, but right now I just want to give you my name. Mr. Red, did you have a question?
Yeah, Hobo Bobo. Nobody's really explained other than we're new relic hunters. Like, why are we here?
As he goes to speak, the doors to the dining room open, and you see Drac walk in. You have all seen this figure before. Elvira, of course, you have. This is your father. Jason, of course, this is the gentleman that has helped you a little bit, but not really. He's just been around, and this is his castle. He walks through as he hears the question and goes, "Stop right there. All you need to know is a new war is commencing. You have been chosen, Jason more so than the rest of you, only because Frank made a screw up." And he takes a deep breath and kind of sighs and goes, "I am sorry for being so short with you, but again, a war is coming. Von Helsing has been raised, as you saw. He is not to be trifled with. Please be very careful. And that is all I have to say. He turns around and goes to walk back out the door.
Okay, Jason wants to stop him real quick. Drac,
Yes.
they need to know everything. You know it. I know it. Just out there fighting with them this first time, they're not ready for anything. And I know you have faith in them because the Relics chose them. The Guardians chose them. But they need more training. They need to know the truth. They need to know everything.
He takes a big deep breath and he pulls something out of his pocket and he walks back over the table and sets it down. This will tell you everything. He walks away. He sets it right next to Joe, by the way.
Okay, you said it was a watch?
No, it looks like it's a completely circular silver device that has a black button in the middle.
And Jason would have no knowledge of this?
No.
Okay.
Familiar to an antique person?
Do what, Ryan?
If I could recognize it?
It looks like it would maybe be from like ancient Transylvania, maybe a ruin or something like that, or a rune or something like that, but you don't recognize it.
Okay.
Okay. I will. Jason's going to approach the silver disc, and he's going to pick it up. And he said that it looks like there's something like indentations on the center.
It's literally silver around the edges and a black button in the middle. But before you're able to get there, I'm giving Joe a chance because is right next to her.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I kind of reach out and kind of touch it to see if anything happens.
Nothing happens of you just touching it and grabbing it.
Okay. And do I hear anything?
Nope.
Okay, I want to push that button.
Oh, you press the black button. Roll me a d6, please.
Two.
You rolled a 2? Okay. As you press the button, it gives you a little bit of a jolt. Not a shock, but a jolt. It kind of pushes back on your finger. And you see the button is now... you pressed it down, and as it jolts you pull it basically pushes your finger out. Now the black button is sticking up a little bit farther. All of you see this, by the way.
Did I break it? Anybody else want to have a poke at it?
Bobo is no longer in the mirror. You just see it's just a mirror now.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Hobo Bobo. No help.
Is anybody going to help Joe?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll walk. I'll up and walk over to her. Sure.
Okay, so both Jason and Ryan are going to walk around the table to Joe. I'll say you guys get there about the same time.
Okay.
Should we all touch it?
Yeah. And I'm just gonna put my hand on the center of it, like right on top of Joe's.
Okay.
Elvira
on top of
at Kyle and is like, "Well, are we going to?"
I guess so.
Okay.
And put her other hand on it.
Okay. What about you, Kyle?
Kyle goes to reach out, and all of a sudden you see the other hand start to follow. Dean. Thank you.
All of your hands are literally a button. Does everybody press down?
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Everybody roll me 1d6, please.
Boys. 4 is
4, 3, 5. Okay, you guys are successful. You're able to press down the button. As you do, the silver part starts to spin underneath your hand. All of your hands. You feel it. It's not hurting you. It just goes.
Mm-hmm.
I pull my hand back.
Are you pulling your hand back?
Keep it going.
Okay. As it starts to spin below, since Joe is holding it, or you're holding it, correct, Joe?
Yeah.
And you got one hand and one hand on top.
Yeah.
So as it does, it starts to push your bottom hand down as legs extend from it, setting itself into the fret, setting itself into the table. And as it does, the spinning stops as soon as the legs hit the table, and it basically forces all of your hands off, and your colors shine from the top, illuminating. It looks like it's a 360 picture in front of all of you, and as it shows, it's giving you a detailed background of the first Relic War, and giving you basically, it's showing you all some battle sequences, and it shows a old Lord Von Helsing and everything just right in front of you. Basically, what it's doing is it shows a video projection. The first Relic War was hundreds upon hundreds of years ago. The relics were awakened due to a presence in the earth being kind of forced out, a darkness, if you will. The relics awoken and chose its each relic chose its relic hunter. Drac was the first to be chosen, followed by Lord Von Helsing, and several more were chosen. A total of 7 relic hunters for the first. They all throughout this battle, this war, they fought, and some died valiantly. And whenever they did die, they were sent to Castle Drac, which had risen into the sky whenever the relics were formed. All the guardians that you have met up till now, they all reside in the castle due to not really being able to leave for that long, due to their ethereal form doesn't stabilize as well. So basically, if you die as a relic hunter and you are chosen by your certain relic and find deemed worthy, you are able to keep residing in Castle Drac in order to train and guide the future relic hunter that your relic chooses later on. And each relic does change with each hunter chosen. The sphere basically explains all of this and in detail more than I can explain. I wish I had a video up, but and it explains all of this. The first Relic War ended with Von Helsing actually turning on his fellow relic hunters and gaining other relics and relic hunters that helped him as he was corrupted, and they were corrupted as well. The Ryan's Guardian was one of the first to be massacred, and he now resides in the castle. There were several others. I will go into detail later on with that as we get to it, but yeah, this is all explained. And now over the years, more relic wars have started due to relics being corrupted and corrupting their hunters as they've been chosen. So every so often there are relic wars that have happened, and usually the relic hunters prevail, but you have to expend a majority of their energy to either trap or obliterate the current enemy. There is always darkness roaming in the earth, and at the very end of the video it shuts down, and Bobo appears back on in the mirror and goes, "I'm not supposed to tell you guys this, but hopefully you guys are the final ones. We don't have a lot of relic energy left, and this is the first time Von Helsing has been out since the first Relic War. So we believe here that if you kill him, then it should." Drac walks back in. "Quiet!" And then he closes the doors as he backs up. And now the mirror is completely gone.
Dear old dad, being mysterious and cryptic as always.
Wait. Did you just say dad?
Yes, she did
I
say
said,
that.
dear old dad, emphasis on the old. Elvira's been ferociously scribbling notes in a pad that she keeps on her. She'll make producer notes, which is why she would be carrying it. And she's just been furiously scribbling crap from that video.
Okay, so quick question.
Yes.
So this is the first time that Jason, even though he's been a hunter for 2 years, this is his first time getting all this information too, correct?
Yes, you have only been a relic hunter for 3 months.
3
2 years was the V1. 3 months. Yes. This is the first time you're being told of any dark dealings or any relic wars. You were given different information by Frank because of your past that you do not know of yet. Frank has been keeping secrets. You would know that he's been keeping secrets, but that's up to you to divulge anything else.
Okay, so at this point, Jason is going to take a seat at the table.
Okay.
He's going to put his helmet down beside him and then throw his hands over his face, and then he's pretty much contemplating, or rather he's thinking about all the information that was just, in that video, and you're seeing the history and seeing, Relic Hunters fall, Relic Hunters rise. So for the moment, he's just going to sit there and just think about everything that he just witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Jason is doing at the moment.
Okay, what is everybody else doing right now?
Well, Dean inside Kyle's head is just going, dude, this is awesome. I want to go again. Calm down, Dean. Just let us take this in and figure out what our next step is. Okay? Fine. And then Kyle sits down.
Okay. Ryan, Joe, and Elvira?
So we know about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 7 relic hunters. Unless if I'm mistaken, does that mean we're missing one?
You would. I will let you know. You will have noticed during it's showing the first relic war and flashes. There were a couple relic hunters you didn't recognize, a couple hunters that you did not recognize, and Joe's guardian and Kyle's guardian that you guys have seen, they were not there.
So we're actually missing more. Very interesting. Very interesting. She's going to sit back down while continuing to scribble.
Okay. Ryan and Joe?
I'm going to take out the bullet and examine it.
Okay. It has an engraving on the side.
Okay.
It says, "Look to the book."
Look to the book.
Yeah. Okay. So
I say look to the book out loud.
Yeah, at that moment, while Ryan is thinking out loud, Jason's going to get up and walk over to Elvira, and his tone is shifting, and he just looks at her, and for the first time, Elvira sees him get serious. As long as I've been a hunter, and as long as I've known you, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen the history. I've never seen the fate of past hunters. What are we gonna do? What is your dad gonna make us do? Like, what can we do? At that point, he started to escalate, starting to freak out a little bit more. How are we gonna do this? I thought that this was so much, it was smaller than this, and not so much on a grand scale. And then he starts rambling.
As he's rambling, Elvira's going to reach up and play arguably much larger shoulder and be like, hey, if I know one thing, my father isn't going to tell us anything until he absolutely has to. So let us take this moment to appreciate what we do have, and I'm sure we just have to, what's the expression? Roll with the punches. Yes.
as you're saying this, Ryan and Joe, will you please roll me a d6 since you are the two only left standing? 4 and a 4. Okay, you, since you're the only two left standing, hear a the voice sounds extremely familiar, but you can't pick it out. And to both of you, it's different voices for each of you. And both of the voices tell you, each of you, go to the backyard. The voice you hear, Ryan, is go to the backyard. And Joe, the voice you hear is very, very solemn and just goes, I say solemn. It has a rhythm to it. Go to the backyard.
Kind of like sing-song-ish?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We have to go to the backyard.
Okay. Excuse me. Where's the backyard?
And Jason would hear this, wouldn't he?
Yes.
So I would point in the general direction. I would look up from my ramblings, and just point to the direction of the backyard. It's that way. It's why do you need to know where the backyard is?
Don't worry, I don't know. I was told to go there.
Yeah, me too.
Fine, I'll escort you myself. Let's go.
As we go, I put the bullet back.
Okay.
But then I grab my journal and clutch that as we head outside.
You feel the.
Oh, go ahead.
Good. Ryan, you feel the book in your clutches is a little warm.
Okay, so I open it up as we walk.
Okay, Elvira, what were you gonna do?
Is going to stand up. Now that she's done with her note, she's going to put the thing away, or put her little notebook and pencil away, and she's going to attempt to cure the solemn, vibe in the air by making small talk. So as we're walking there, I'd like to, in character, make some small talk once everybody describes what they're doing.
Okay, Kyle, are you still sitting at the table, or are you getting up with them?
So as Kyle's sitting As Kyle's sitting down, Dean in his head is like, dude, get up and go with them. You can either do that or just explore, because that's what I would do. But you're you, so go with the team. Why are you being so sentimental right now? Shut up. All right, fine. I'll go with the team.
Mike, you're about to find out. As all of you head to the backyard, Kyle, you did go with them, correct? Okay. As all of you go through the foyer, there's the big staircase, and then there's two doors on either side behind the staircase that lead to a back hallway. The back hallway is almost completely black except for a couple torches down the hallway, and there is a door immediately, like both the doors lead out, and then the hallway, and then there's a single, very large back door. It's a single door, not a double door. Jason, I presume you lead them that way?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Will everyone... who's opening the door, actually?
Well, since I'm escorting, I would assume I would be in front, so I will open the doors to the backyard.
How are Mr. Break it down?
What was that you skipped out?
I know. I said, how do you open the door, Mr. Break It Down?
I'm actually going to open it like a normal person. To, put my hand on the doorknob, twist the doorknob, and push the door open.
Since you were civil about opening this door, you will receive a +1 to your next roll.
Yes! Whoa!
As you open the door, Jason, you've never been back here before. As you open it, it's a very large. It's not even a yard, but it's a concrete pad. It looks like a big basketball court, very pristine. Like there's no cracks. There's no basketball court there, but it is all concrete. But over to the left, you see a giant, and by I say giant, it literally covers a good fourth of the castle over from the edge of the castle over a giant cemetery.
A giant cemetery. Okay.
As they step outside, Elvira is going to say, "Man, the lighting out here is terrible."
It is. You guys do notice it is dark outside.
Okay. As Elvira says that, Jason's going to interject. Are you always thinking that you're on camera? Really?
Not that I'm on camera, dearie. That life has passed me. Now it's more of a what lighting needs to go into space to make it work is simply atrocious.
How could something pass you when you never had it?
I would be offended, except for I'm going to let this one slide because you opened that door like quite a gentleman. I didn't know you had it in you.
Oh yeah, you're going to be thinking that whenever I buy your new mahogany door straight from wherever I could find one for a decent price if I ever get any money.
It'll be a nice new door that you put on my house, I promise. But anyway, to our new and fellow hunters, I'm sure you have many questions. If you have any, ask me about what I know, and I might ask you a few questions about what you know.
Is everybody outside? Does everybody go through the door after Jason?
Yeah.
Everybody is standing on the concrete pad. You all feel a rumble. Everybody, please roll me a d6. Jason, you have your +1 on that.
Yep, I do. Oh, shit.
Can I use my +1
6.
for agility?
5. No, this is not an agility roll.
Oh.
You tried.
6 total.
4, 6, 2. Everybody feels a shake. The entire concrete slab and everything feels like it's shaking. Ryan, you did not roll high enough. I apologize. A crack forms underneath you, and you fall to the ground. Take 4 damage.
Oh.
What? 4 damage?
Yes.
For that?
He takes 4 damage because his foot is now stuck in a giant gaping crack right underneath.
I'm still in ranger suit. Or relic hunter suit.
Yes, yeah, there you go. You are still in relic hunter suit. Yes, but you do not have the helmet on, aka the powers are lessened.
Is anybody going to help Ryan before Jason decides to interject?
Yeah,
I'm putting my hand out.
Elvira's gonna go and help.
So
Okay, so all three. I heard all 3 of you go to reach to help Ryan up. Ryan, roll me 1 more d6.
Teamwork.
Please roll your 6 right now.
As people over that RPG would say, lightning bolt.
Re-roll because I also rolled a lightning bolt.
Oh.
Oh.
Another lightning bolt.
That is perfectly fine. As this happens, you feel the crack opening up a little bit more, but they are able to, the 3 of you guys are able to grab his hand and pull him out of the crack. As your foot leaves the crack closes, and it looks very pristine again.
I don't like this place by any means.
Yeah, it's pretty much like this all day, every day. If you're wondering, that is, looking straight at Ryan.
I mean, I've been on some pretty sketchy archaeological digs and whatnot, but this is just ridiculous.
You're an archaeologist.
That's an understatement.
You would all see in the corner on the opposite end of the graveyard. You guys did spot the graveyard. On the opposite end, you see a figure in the corner. But you could tell it's a very large stone statue.
So from this distance, can I roll a perception check?
Go ahead. Roll me a d6, please.
I'm going to dust myself off. I'm going to put the journal in my backpack, and I'm going to take a flashlight out.
Okay.
4.
Baby on.
4. Jason, you are able to see it is in the form of a gargoyle.
Would Jason exactly know what statue this is? Like, besides the fact that it's
No, you would not. But you would recognize the symbol that is on your chest.
Okay, so I'm going to turn to the rest of the hunters and let them know, okay, look, there's a statue on the other side of the graveyard. I have to go there right now. There's
Opposite side of the graveyard.
Opposite
not
side
the
of
other side. Opposite. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
It's all good.
I need to go to the opposite side of the graveyard. There's a statue I need to examine.
Okay.
You sure can't let you go alone. Next thing you know, you'll be busting doors off hinges again.
Are you going to keep bringing this door thing up until you actually have your door?
Is the voice calling out to us anymore?
Door on my house.
Or to me, at least.
In both in both your heads, Joe and Ryan, you hear, "Well, hello." In that voice.
So in my head, I'm going to say hello back. I'm not going to say it out loud.
You don't get a response.
Okay.
Joe.
I'm going to look at Ryan. Just he has his helmet off, right?
Yeah, I heard it too.
Okay.
Are you saying this out loud, Ryan?
Yes.
Okay,
Are we the only ones hearing it?
Dean, do you hear anything? No.
Jason and Elvira, we're gonna say you guys go off toward the statue.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay with Joe, Ryan, and Kyle real quick.
That's fine.
You now all three of you hear a voice. Come visit me over here. And the voice sounds like it's coming from the graveyard.
I tried as far as I could throw any of you guys. I think I got that right.
Okay. So I'm going to treat this like any other adventure. So I'm going to step off the... and I'm going to go towards the voice.
Okay.
It's going to lead me with the flashlight.
Joe, Kyle, what are you guys doing?
I want to put my helmet back on.
Okay. That is perfectly fine.
And then I'm gonna cautiously follow.
Kyle?
Since he heard the voice, he's just gonna go, haha, Dean, very funny. Dean's just gonna go, that wasn't me that time. Okay, I guess I'll follow these new friends.
You guys make it over to the graveyard. We're gonna jump back to Jason and Elvira real quick before we continue with you guys. You guys, Elvira and Jason, you make it over to the gargoyle statue. As you do, it moves. Like you see this towering gargoyle literally shift, and you hear cracking, and the pebbles start to kind of fall off of him, and he looks down and goes, "Chosen," staring directly at you, Jason.
Chosen? What do you mean, chosen?
Oh, Frank has not told you.
Are you talking about this? And then, does the suit have like a thing where I can show off the tattoo?
You have to demorph.
Okay, I'm gonna demorph. I'm gonna completely demorph then.
Okay.
And then the shirt that I was wearing underneath, I'm just gonna pull the collar down and reveal the tattoo. Like, are you referring to this?
The mark of the gargoyle. Yes.
Let me guess. I'm the chosen one for this relic. I'm gonna take off the bolt and hold it up. Is this what you mean by chosen? I'm chosen for this.
More
life?
than you know.
Well, I'm
You're
tired.
not
I'm
just
tired.
chosen
I'm
by
no.
the relic.
Listen, I am tired of the cryptic messages. I'm tired of Drac telling me these things. I'm tired of Frank. Now tell me what this means.
You were not only chosen by the relic, you were created for the relic.
Created? I mean, I know that I'm pieced together, but created?
All in due time, young one. Again, you will learn as you grow as a team and he opens up his wings very large. You see a gold glint in his eye, and he goes, "By the way, my name is Jin, the gargoyle," and he flies off.
Jason's going to let out a quite clearly angry sigh. He's going to take the bolt, put it back on the bracelet, we'll put it back on his wrist, and then Elvira is with me, so I'm going to turn back to Elvira. Let's get out of here. I'm done here.
Elvira, do you have any response to all this? You were kind of quiet, so.
That's because he started. As we were walking up, I wanted Elvira and to be talking to Jason. And it's like, and if you really want, I'll stop talking to you about the door. Hello, speaking to the gargoyle. And then all this would happen, and then she's gonna be like, she started rubbing a portion of her wrist, almost as like a nervous kind of like nerve quenching habit. And she says, "Nope, I'm definitely up on the wheeled scale. Either the special effects in this place are killer compared to the lighting, or there's some freaky stuff going on."
About this time, we're gonna all of you see this. Jason and Elvira, you said you're heading kind of towards the graveyard and stuff. The voice no longer is talking to you, you three, but on the roof of the castle, it is very tall. It looks the castle is huge, and on the roof you see a very bulky figure. It looks you see the light catch him, and he looks like he's wrapped in looks like book pages, but it's a long scroll, and his waist is wrapped in it. He's got shoulder pads that look like very thick books on his shoulders. You see down the side of his face, like I said, the light glint, so all of you see this figure on top of the castle. On the side of his face, you see something, but you can't really make it out. He's normal sized, but it's human-esque. But in his hand, or his hands are, it looks like very thick, bulky pencils. And he jumps down, and as he jumps down behind him, you see like scrolls not fly off, but literally just whip in the wind, kind of like a cape. And he lands with very ease and goes, "Well, hello, hunters."
Props on the 3 and
What'd you say?
Elvira would notice him jump and be like, "Props 3-point land."
Oh, this is easy, my madam. As he does this, he pulls out his hand, and you see one of the pages flip around, and it lands in front of you. It detaches from him, and it looks like a long scroll with names on it. Will everybody roll me a d6 real quick to see if they recognize any of these names, if they can read any of them from where they're at?
4.
4, 5, 3, 5. Okay, everybody can read this. There are several different names on here. There's not a burp. Oof, that was disgusting. Excuse me. There's the name Althea at the very top. There's Sarah down below, along with Bray and Cooper, and there's other names, Dakota, and there's just a whole slew of names. And Ryan, real quick, out of game, you never told me your grandfather's name.
Raymond.
Okay. You recognize especially Raymond, and it does have last names on there, and it is your last name. There is also, Joe, you would recognize the name on this list as well. It is your former best friend. You had not given me a name for her either, so.
Oh. Yeah, I'll have to come up with one.
That is perfectly fine. I put you on the spot. Anyway, you see all these names. Kyle, you would notice there's a name on there. Dean. And at the very bottom of this list, there is one final name, and it's in bold. This name is in bright red lettering. Elvira.
Isn't that you?
Oh,
I
Elvira
hope
was?
not. I really, really hope not.
What did you say, Jason?
I was just going to look over Elvira. Why is your name on this scroll?
I don't know why my name is in anything in my father's house.
You think I work for your father?
Well, I know you're at his place of residence. Usually that's a great place to start association.
Oh, not this time. As he says that, he swings his hand, and the pencils and fire at all 5 of you. Everybody, please roll me D6 defenses.
Ability to move?
If you're going to try to dodge, yes, that is fine.
Can I dodge the... Well, yeah, never mind. I'll... Okay.
Jason, yours is straight defense, so no matter what, yours is rolls. Okay, so everybody rolled higher than a 3, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody is able to dodge their pencil lead. And then now we're going to start combat here. I'm going to start it off with the villain because that was his attack of opportunity. So we're going to start with him. You do not know his name yet. He fires the pencils, and immediately after, you see the pages behind him flip around, and it looks like it cocoons him in a shell. You do notice in the shell, you see writing and stuff. There are poems and books. There's every now and then there's a picture, and on one of the pictures, there's actually a crow, or raven, not a crow, and it just. Like I said, it all looks really familiar, but you guys don't know where from. But he is now in a cocoon, and he's going to pass it straight to Jason.
Okay. I am going to morph.
Okay, go ahead and give me your call, brother.
Okay. Where's my thing? Okay. So I'm going to take the bolt out of my wrist. Take the buckle. Creation Relic unleashed.
And you morph just very, very elegantly, and you're able to morph. You do notice when you morph, your leg feels a little funny this time. The same leg that you had to reattach.
Thank you for stopping by, Mike Jen. He says, all right, unfortunately, I must head out. Great work, everyone. Relic Hunters, may the power protect you.
Yay.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Have a good night, man.
Thank you. Hopefully we'll see you next week, brother. Have a good night.
Heck yeah.
All right, so you said my leg fell off, or is it still...
It feels funny.
Like, I can still walk on it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to shake off the feeling.
Okay.
And the villain, you said, is in a cocoon of the papers at this point?
Yeah, it looks like a giant egg of papers.
Okay, are my weapons manifested, or do I need to manifest those?
You cut out. I could not hear you.
My weapons.
You can call them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so do I need to roll for that?
No, just to summon your weapons.
Yeah.
This is for everybody. In order to summon your weapons, the call to summon your weapons is I just had it. What is? Oh, I can't. There we go. You holler out. Relic armaments appear.
Oh, shit.
Armaments.
Yeah.
Armaments.
Yeah, armaments, you had it right.
There we go. I was like, I think I said that right.
Okay.
I ain't gonna remember that. I better write that down.
So we already have knowledge of this, like in-character knowledge.
You have a feeling, yes, you would know this, off, kind of off the bat.
Okay. Relic armament, appear!
As you say that, your gauntlets appear on your hands. They kind of form upon your hands.
Okay, so since I have my gauntlets now, what the attack that I want to do, I'm going to describe it to you. Okay? So you remember the uppercut that I did last week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's the same concept, except I'm not looking to punch, I'm looking to like graze the paper off, like put all my force into the barrier and try to break through the barrier itself, like probably like with friction, kinda, you know.
Okay, so basically you're trying to give the egg a
crack. Yeah, I'm about to. I want to crack the egg.
Go ahead and roll me, since you have the weapons, 2d6 plus 2.
Okay, so it's a +2.
Plus 2.
10.
Okay, you beat me. So as you go to graze, or as you go, it pulls a couple sheets of the paper off, and you see a slight glint. But that's about all you can see right now.
Okay, so since I'm up in the air, I just want to land on top of the egg if possible.
Okay, roll me just 1d6 to see if you land on it.
6.
Yeah, that's fine. You are able to land on the top of the egg.
Okay.
You feel it's sturdy as hell.
Before my combat turn is ended, I do want to. I noticed the glint because you said whenever I uppercut, I could see the glint as I was going.
Yes.
Who's the nearest? We're all technically grouped up. Like we were grouped up the way that we were whenever this villain appeared. Correct?
Yeah. Basically, there's 3 over here. Well, in order to read the paper, everybody kind of lined up and looked at it. So yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn around. Everybody, aim for the glint. I made an opening.
Who are you passing it to?
I'm going to pass it to Joe.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of follow what Jason did because I have no idea what's going on. Okay. I can do this. Relic armaments. Appear. I almost said unleash.
You can say unleash, they will appear as long as you get the first 2 words right. But as you do this, in your hands appears your whip that it's kind of like a noose. It's a black whip, and then the other hand forms a mask that it's a bladed mask basically on one side. So it's a mask ring.
Please. All right. I'm gonna take my mask and I'm gonna aim for the glint?
There is a glint. There's like an opening, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna aim for the gold opening or whatever.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of fling it like a frisbee.
Okay, you're basically gonna like shot put it at it.
Yeah.
Roll me 2d6 plus 2, please.
Oh shit! 4.
Really? Even with the plus 2?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh.
Ouch.
That's as low as we can roll.
As you throw it at the glint, Jason, roll me a d6 plus your 1 defense, please.
5.
Okay, you to kind of block it. As she throws it, it misdirects at you, and you were able to. Do you want to catch it, or do you want to block it?
I'm going to block it, like fling it back. Like we're gonna toss up a gauntlet, let it scrape against it, and then just toss it back.
Try to like block it back, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. It lands at Joe.
What?
The mask lands at your feet.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
My God, Jason, I'm sorry, man.
It's fine. It's fine.
Inside the cocoon, you hear.
Yeah, you won't be laughing whenever we're done with you.
Who you passing it to, Joe?
Elvira, girl, do something good.
Elvira's gonna start off her turn by taking out the little vial from the inside of her necklace and putting it into her buckler while saying, "Vampire relic, unleash!"
And you majestically form into these silver vampire. I can't speak. Relic hunter.
Words
You're
are
damn
hard.
silver.
Also going to say, "Relic armament, come forth."
As that happens, in front of you develops all silvery and very sparkly. Your rapier forms.
When she grabs it, she's going to say, "Rapier Lavosa." Even though that has no meaning, she's named it. Instead of attacking, and I'm not sure how this would work, I would like to spend the rest of the turn focusing on the weak point that is opened up.
So you just want to kind of prep and prepare to strike.
Take a full turn, and then if it becomes either obvious on someone else's turn that the appropriate time to strike has happened, I can do it then, or I can just do it on my next turn, whatever one's easier for you.
Roll me a d6.
Well, let's roll it on the table. I said on the table. Okay, 6.
That is fine. You can prep. Who are you passing it to?
Let's pass it to the man in red himself.
Okay. As I tumble, because I'm still tumbling from dodge at this point.
Yes.
As I brace myself and I go met on and put the helmet back on. And then I'm going to say relic ornament, Lycos axe, and then hold my hand out.
As it appears in your hand, it appears as a shake weight. But then as you grasp it, it turns into a basically a small battle axe that looks like it can shift into a blaster.
Thank you, Jesus. Okay. So then at this point, I am going to charge at the cocoon and swing this axe at the weak spot.
Okay, Elvira, I will give you an opportunity right now to teamwork with Ryan. Ryan, if you choose to do so, you can as well teamwork. Just describe me what you guys would like to do if you choose teamwork.
Because you guys would see, she takes the base rapier stand, and as you would make your dive, she would also make her dive if you wish.
So are you guys just gonna dive together, basically?
That's up to whatever Ryan's doing.
Yeah. So I basically am going to get a running start and then like a leap and then come down.
Okay. That is perfectly fine. As you guys, okay, Ryan, you're jumping up with your axe to come down, correct?
Yeah.
Elvira, you are basically going to just like sprint forward and stab, correct?
Yep.
Ryan, will you roll me a d6 real quick? Not in battle. Yes, please.
Agility or no?
No.
5.
Okay, since you rolled high enough, as you go for the jump and Elvira goes for the stab, both of your weapons start to glow. Will you guys go ahead and roll me an attack? Ryan, you get a +1 for for your melee. Yeah, both of you, your 2d6 +2. Ryan, you get an extra +1 for melee. You also get an extra +1 for the teamwork. Elvira, your 2d6 +2 plus another 1, so technically a +3.
Okay. Dang, show
13.
Okay. Elvira,
7.
even with the +3?
Yep.
Damn. And you rolled a what, Ryan?
13.
Okay, so that's 20. I will say, as both of you come down, you do pierce the hole, the crack in the egg.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 2d6 +2 more, so that'd be 15. That's my bad.
Okay, it's 22. That's fine. You're fine. As you see the small glint, you see it open up, and it doesn't just crack open. You see pages start to fly. both you make me right now. Actually, both you and Jason, please make me reflex saves right now.
Boom! That's an agility.
Yes. And Jason, that'd be plus your defense as well.
Oh, so 5.
Okay, 5.
7.
Ryan, what was yours?
7.
7.
6.
6. Alright. Math.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, are you mathing over there?
Yes. Everybody roll again, please, because we tied.
Oh, really?
Wow.
6. Oh, no, my defense, it's +1 or is that +2?
It's +1.
Okay, that's 6. So, yeah.
Okay. 10. Okay, sweet. All right. 6, 4, 5. You guys did not make this roll. As the crack opens, the cocoon blows again with a giant explosion, and you see pages go flying. Inside the cocoon steps out the figure you saw beforehand, but this time he's got extra. Now he has a very kind of like a pirate hat on, a 3-sided pirate hat. And he's standing there, and you see his hands no longer have pencils on it. They're actually, it looks like feathers, like quill pens, basically. And he's standing there like this. We're gonna pull a Josh here, like this. And he's standing there and goes, "Thank you for opening up my writing. I do appreciate this. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Poe, the wordsmith." About this time, everything's kind of he's standing there ready, and you feel a gush of wind go through all of you. And we're gonna Kyle, we're gonna go ahead and let it be your turn. You 3 land, but you take damage since you failed, and all of you take, holy fuck, all of you take 12 damage.
Take the 12 damage.
I rolled 2 d6s and 6s on both of them.
God, why? Why are you getting so many good rolls? This is unfair. God. Okay. 12 damage. Write that down. 12 damage, my ass. Okay.
All right, Kyle, it is your turn. You see all this happen, by the way, Kyle. And you're just...
All right, so since all that's happening, and since in the last episode, Dean was the Relic Hunter, Kyle's gonna go, "All right, Dean, you ready to take back over?" And he's like, "Ready as always." Kyle takes out the buckler, takes the vial from this necklace. Dual Relic, unleashed.
Please roll me your d6.
1. So,
this time, as you change, everybody's ready to see you as this big bulky character. You as a very thin silhouette. It starts to form up you that forms the same way, only instead of being very hulky and big, you are pencil thin. Like you're pencil thin. You look very I can't really describe it. Kind of like you're very thin. You're the ranger morph. You don't have huge arms, but they're not like bone thin. But you're very skinny. You're very normal looking. Looks like you weigh about 130 pounds.
Protein.
Thumbtack on a roll right now. Sorry.
But you do feel empowered by your teammates around you.
Right. So as I step out, I just go, Dean?
You do not hear Dean.
Yeah. Just, it's me. Uh-oh. I'm not ready for this. Jason, help.
So
Do it.
he's saying help because he's freaking out because he can't hear the voice?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Help? What do you mean help?
I've never fought. Dean normally does this.
Okay, buddy.
You're the most experienced help.
Help.
No worries. No worries. I got
Help.
you, bud.
I need somebody
help. Not just anybody help.
Help. I need a relic.
Stop.
So as I'm asking for help, do I hear any guardian or anything?
Yeah.
No.
So I don't hear anyone.
Nope.
Awesome. Okay. So for chat, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna put this out there. When Kyle and Dean, when they relic change, one takes over and then the other one's gone. They're like in darkness. They don't see or hear anything, so they don't know what happened. So since Dean was in the first episode and now Kyle, he has no idea what's going on. Okay, sorry, back to game.
You're
So
fine.
since he doesn't hear anything, he doesn't hear Dean, he doesn't hear any of his guardians, he doesn't know what to do. So again, Jason, what do I do?
Jason, you're allowed to talk. So the talking is free roam. So
Yeah. I know. I was letting him finish. Like, I didn't want to talk over anybody.
All right, no, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. Repeat what you just said, Kyle. I'm sorry. I was focusing, but just
Help,
help.
what do I do? What do I do?
Have you never fought in combat before?
No, Dean takes over. He doesn't feel pain.
Do you know how to use your weapons? Do you know how to do anything?
Wow, not
No,
feeling.
when Dean takes over, I went away. Everything was black.
Just punch something!
Okay, so since he saw you guys make your weapons appear, Kyle will yell out, Relic armament appear?
As this happens, the kunai appears in one hand and the rest of the chain appears in the other, and it pulls you to the ground. It is very heavy for you.
Oh, God.
Do you need help lifting that?
Please?
So can I commandeer his weapon?
No, because you're on the ground after taking 12 damage. The
I
only
know.
one that can help him right now is Joe.
I kind of figured as much.
Joe, I will allow you to this free action to help Mr. Kyle over here.
Okay, Kyle, man, you got this. You can do it. And I want to kind of grab onto his weapon and try to help him back up.
Okay, both of you roll me d6s. Five and a 6. You are able to pick up the weapon, but there is so much force behind both of you because you rolled so high. Kyle, you accidentally throw your kunai. Ha! Because both of you pick it up and it flies from your hand. Roll me 2d6 plus 2, Kyle.
9.
It flies towards Poe. Poe attempts to catch it, and it actually chops off 3 of his feather fingers.
Well,
Go ahead and roll me 2d6 plus 2 for damage, please.
14.
Hell yeah!
I will give you another plus 2 on that due to Joe helping you toss this thing on accident.
Ooh,
Hell yeah!
16.
that is good.
What is going on?
Whoo, damn! I'll tell you what.
So Poe reaches up, loses fingers, and goes, "Huh? You see from his fingers, it looks like an inkwell just completely sprouts, but instead of black ink, it's white. It's completely white.
Yeah.
Where's the shake weight when you need it? Okay. Now, Kyle, since that is the end of the round, you get choice at who goes first.
Elvira.
Okay.
Okay. Elvira's gonna get herself up off the ground, brush off the dirt from her suit, and now that there is a weak spot that has been exposed with him losing his hand, she's going to make a strike for that hand.
Roll me 2d6 plus 2. How are you striking? Explain.
In traditional rapier fashion, she's going to get close with the weapon and attempt to, once again using precise strike, hit right around the area where he's already just with a straight thrust. The only real two things you can do with a rapier are defend him. It's not really a slashy kind of weapon.
Okay, so you stab.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me 2d6 plus 2.
9.
You beat me by 1. Good job. You are able. Where are you stabbing at? Did you say where at on this?
Wherever he was bleeding from. You said he lost a hand, but you didn't state which one.
No, fingertips. Fingertips.
So in that hand, then.
So you're gonna stab at his hand. He's doing this with fountains of white coming out, almost like fountains of wine. Anyway, you stab his hand. It goes through. Go ahead and roll me 2d6 plus 2 again for damage, please.
9. I rolled the same number, but in 2 different combinations.
As you stab him through the hand, he pulls your sword out of your hand. So you're still standing in front of him, but he now has your sword embedded in his hand. Does take that 9 damage.
Woo!
Who are you passing it to?
Let's go to let's actually go to Kyle.
Okay, Kyle.
All right. Sorry, I just came back. So after I just did that, I saw Elvira do her thing. I was just like, okay, wow. Who's next to me now?
Joe would still be right next to you because she just helped.
Okay. So I would like to. Joe, do you want to help me out again?
Hell yeah.
Joe, this one will cost your turn if you choose to teamwork with him.
Ooh.
Sure.
Okay.
So what I would like to do is try to spin around to get up enough force for myself to throw the kunai blade first.
Okay.
And then, Joe, I would like for you to jump on top of the chain and run across it and do whatever you like next.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Joe, I have a question. Did you pick up the mask before you helped him?
Yes.
Okay. That is perfectly fine. Okay, so Joe, what do you want to do? Do you want to go along with this plan?
Yeah, I'm gonna. And how did you describe it? Running across?
Yeah, basically you're gonna run on a tightrope.
Yeah. Okay, and then when I get to the end of it, I want to jump off, and I want to take the whip and kind of get a
Like a noose?
blank. Yeah, like
Like a noose around his neck?
Yeah.
I'd like to get a record saying I don't like how the GM set the plan.
Okay, go ahead and both of you roll me 3d6 plus 3 each.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Fuck.
And then you said +3 at the end, correct?
Yes.
19.
Okay.
7.
With the +3? Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, Joe.
Come on!
Well, Kyle, you were able to throw the kunai. It sticks into him. Go ahead and roll me 3d6 for damage. No pluses this time, just 3 straight d6. Joe, as you were able to run across, but as you get there, you go to put the noose around him. You get it around his neck, but as you pull, his head falls off.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, what? You're just gonna nonchalantly say a dude fell off?
As his head falls off, you see it turn into a raven
Oh no.
and fly.
No.
Goodbye.
What did you roll, Kyle?
Oh, 12.
Okay. You did do 12 damage to him. The raven didn't fly off, turns it back around, and Kyle, who are you passing? The body is standing there with no head. Joe has the noose, but nothing in the noose, and there is now a raven flying around.
I'll throw it to the villain.
Yes.
Oh
Okie
shit.
dokie.
I don't like that at all.
As the raven it circles, you see the body. All of you see the body of this figure disperse into 4 more ravens. They all take off. You now notice underneath where he was standing, where his cocoon was, it looks like instead of being the concrete, now there's wooden floorboards. And all of you hear a doom, 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 doom.
Nope.
And that is the end of our episode.
Oh,
No.
hell no.
What? Are you fucking serious?
Come
You
on!
will all have to tune in next week to see what happens with the 5 quoth the ravens, the floorboards that have appeared in concrete, the beating of something between the hunters, and what happens to our hunters. We will see.
Edgar Allan, no. We're going to continue this.
You are a evil
Watch.
Edgar Allan, nope.
My Lyco's actually going to turn into a freaking pendulum. You just wait. You just know. Got turned into a shake weight, now a pendulum. This is not okay. This is not okay.
That is the end of our episode. Hopefully everybody had fun. I was gonna say hopefully everybody enjoyed this episode. Leaving it with a cliffhanger, which I love to do. Part 1 of the episode 2, the pendulum swings, will be next week.
Okay. Can I be real for a second since we're out of character?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, look. Okay, y'all, I know I haven't been real focused tonight, but like since Mike Jen was in the chat and hosted and all that, I've been trying not to cry for like almost the past 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like I was like trying so hard. Like every time level 1.5. Thank you for the follow, Poison Gummy. Thank you for the follow. Damn.
Hey,
Woo!
Thank you for the follow,
put your
Poison
microphone
Gummy.
down, dude. You're cutting
Yeah.
in and out.
What?
Put your microphone down. You're cutting in and out. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that about halfway through you started talking and then it would cut
Okay, what
and
about,
then you could come back.
what about now?
I can hear you.
no, you have a microphone on your headset.
Yeah, but that one's disabled.
Oh,
Ah.
He has an actual mic in front of him, like a professional mic.
I will cut the. Okay, never mind, man.
Okay, so let me just get this closer then, so that I'm not, But like I was saying, level 1.5. Thank you for the follow, Poison Gummy. Thank you for the follow. Again, Mike Jen, Corn Dog Pop, L Taylor 447, Neagle Bites, and that was it. But like I was saying, just to sum it up. But yeah, I know I wasn't focusing a lot tonight. It's just because since the whole Mike Jen thing, Trying not to cry. My anxiety was up, and I was trying so hard. I'm like, do I need to overact? Like, do I need to like impress him?
Man.
I feel like it was like a first. I wouldn't say like a first date, but it's like, man, I'm so nervous being around you. This is so weird.
No, and the funny thing is, I had plans on naming the Gargoyle Jin before he was even in the chat.
Wow.
That is written down here before he was even coming in.
That's
So the fact that it
crazy.
happened like that was awesome.
So, were you saying Jen or Jim?
Jen.
Jen?
Like
his
Mike
last
Jin.
name.
It's Mike
Yeah.
Jin's last name.
Oh,
That's why there was
oh,
a
yeah,
glow.
okay, my bad.
There was a gold glint in the gargoyle's eye.
I kind of
I heard
figured,
that too.
Yeah. Okay.
but
That went way over my head for a minute.
but for those.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm trying to get all this done really quick. Flesko, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it, brother. But right now, everybody is the technically the aftermath. So you can ask us questions. We'll take any question pertaining to Relic Hunters. If you need to know characters, plot, a little more up to now, we will answer those.
Why we made this made?
And
We will call this the Relic Roundtable.
yeah, the
Ooh,
Relic
I love
Fountain.
that.
I like that's tight. I kept mentioning the giveaway in the chat, but this is the comic that you can win. It is the variant cover for number 28. It has Jason Scott in gold Zeo and my MMPR suit. It is in good condition. I just took it out of the plastic so that there was no glare. But once we hit 30 subs, 30 subscribers, and right now we're at 10, 20 more subs, and we will do a giveaway for this variant cover.
Trevor, you are cutting in and out again.
Hey, Thumbtack, thank you for the scabbard link in the chat. Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you, Thumbtack. I was going to do that a little later, but thank you so much.
Okay.
Also, you can find episode 1 down in the Twitch archives, and you can also find it on YouTube.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is
YouTube,
now
though.
up on YouTube, literally as of right.
As of this,
Yeah, baby. Yeah, you cut out too, man. There is something going on in that house tonight.
It's the internet, or it could possibly be Discord.
It could be Discord. Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll have upgraded internet soon. So,
But that was the comic. I'm sorry if I was cutting out, or if I was cutting out for you guys on stream. But that's the comic, number 28, variant cover, MMPR. But yeah, so we are taking questions right now. Josh, do you have anything to say?
yes. Does any of my Relic Hunters have any questions for me?
No.
As you say in an angry voice.
I'm telling you, it was the spirit that was banging on the floorboards. It's haunting the microphone.
Probably.
Yes, yes. I created an
Absolutely.
evil spirit that is now haunting.
We
Great.
never got into because I was flipping through the journal, so to anything about it was just warm. That was it.
No, as you were flipping through the journal, I will bring that up next episode because
Okay.
I am tying that in. That is why I held off on explaining what's going on.
Okay, I'm just clarifying. So.
You were perfectly fine.
Okay, so the only question that I do have, what the fuck is is Bob the Blob? Like, is he like Flubber?
Bob?
Or is he, what the
Bob
fuck
the
is
Blob
he?
is the Blob, the old horror movie. If you have not seen it,
No,
go watch
okay,
it.
no, no.
It's
I
so
know,
funny.
I know the Blob. Trust me on that one. But I wasn't expecting that because you never okay, granted, you never mentioned that shit to me. You know what? One of these days, one of these fucking days.
Hey, just because we live in the same house doesn't mean you get to know all the DM secrets.
I will raid your fucking room.
It's all in here. Not all of it's written.
You know what else is in
You want to cut
there?
open my head? Nothing. Not much.
Also, I want to point out that from here on out, the mirror's name is Hobo Bobo in my brain because that's what he said.
You
I-
beat me
yeah.
to that. I was gonna say hobo bobo, and
It's Hobo Bobo.
Oh, bo, 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 bo.
it doesn't look like Chad has any questions currently, but we'll still stick around for a little bit.
Yeah. I was to say, Joe, if you or Robin, if you need to leave, we do understand. Do you have any questions before you scatter it off?
There you go, Poison Gum. You're welcome.
Not that my mind is wanting to conjure up at the moment.
Okay. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the voices tonight, and a little bit of peeks into certain people's backstories, little hints here and there. We will get into more of it each episode.
I will honestly say I'm very intrigued about that scroll with all the names on it.
Oh yeah.
Especially my grandfather's name being on that list.
And that is I told I was going to have some shout outs this episode, and that's how I did it. I threw, if you guys didn't notice, I shouted out the kids. I shouted out a couple other people. I did shout out Sarah, which if I remember right, that's your wife's name. Like I said, I just tried to shout out as many people as I could because it's easier to do in game than before, especially with us running a little bit late tonight. So
that's another thing. Tonight was just...
Why is Dean's name on there?
Tell me your secrets.
But we do have a question from Poison Gummy, which I'm just waiting for her to post it.
Yeah, Gummy, go ahead and shoot, bro.
Okay, can we all get at least one hint that won't spoil anything, but just another teaser?
Ooh.
On what subject? Like, do you want backstory for them?
I think she's talking about next week's episode. But
you want a little teaser for next week's episode, huh?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, the cliffhanger. So that's
okay. Let's just say everything is not as it seems.
Oh no, I hate it when he does that. No,
I like it when he says sentences like that. Good things never happen.
You evil man. You damn right, Poison. Jesus.
Well, thank you. Oh, I do want to show off while we're talking. Trevor has seen these, but I obtained new DM roll dice that are my orange color that also correlate with a special person in game.
What?
I know this.
Thumbtack wants the YouTube link for the first episode.
Yeah, it's in our Facebook chat, guys. Since it literally got done as I was trying to run and do things. So.
Oh, do you have that pulled up? You can pull that in chat.
Okay.
No, I cannot because I'm still on my phone.
Oh, I gotcha.
I'm out of here.
All right, bye, Robin.
Bye.
Take care. We will see you soon.
Hang on. I can probably do it. Hang on. I'll do it.
Who's the sword on Ed?
I got the
Ryan.
I got the link already posted.
Copy.
I got it. I got it first.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool how it looks on your screen, Trevor.
Oh no, dude, this is dope. I like this.
It's just the 5 boxes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give my Relic Hunter a little not a sneak preview, but a little special gift.
Okay.
Trevor, I will need your help. Everyone that is here, and I will roll for Joe, or we'll spin for Joe. Everybody gets one free spin right now that goes towards next week.
Oh shit!
If you land on the -1, you get a respin. So,
okay.
ChiefDucky will you please spin the wheel 5
5
times?
Who am I spinning for right now?
That wheel.
We're going to start on my screen. We're going to start with Andrew.
Okay.
+1 die. Come on. Big
Yeah, because on
Okay.
on Trevor's screen, I'm the big screen.
Get another respin. God damn it.
Respin the -1s.
Okay, you get 1d6.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Okay, so now who are we spinning for?
Ryan.
You get +1 to your next roll. Okay, who next?
Kyle.
+1 to next roll.
Okay, you.
Give me that D6. I gotta respin. Damn it, I get +1. Fuck me.
Okay, Joe or
I got
Robin.
2. We're bedfellows at that point.
Okay. So we spun the wheel.
Did you spin for Robin?
Oh, I did not spin for Robin. 1 second.
And after you spin for Robin, spin for me.
Nah,
Okay.
shit.
Can we add a -10 spot on that wheel? Is that possible?
+1.
For Robin, if it lands on a plus D6 for me, I will take a -3 on the first 3 rolls of my next one.
There you go.
If it's a -1, can I roll a die?
-1 power!
So I get a -1, okay.
Did it? No, it's plus.
Can I-
Fuck, you get a plus.
Can
Fuck.
I roll 1d6 to multiply that?
No. Okay, so
You get a +1.
Trevor, Robin got a +1 and I got a +1?
Yep.
Shit.
No, I thought he got a -1.
No. There's a -1, a +1, and then if it rolled the D6, I got a -3 for 3 turns. For 3 rolls. So, but I got the +1 as well as you guys. So we will have some fun next week because again, I wanted to give you guys a little bonus in order to cushion the odds a little bit.
Okay.
I don't like when you say that. Don't say that. That's not good.
So I'm kind of glad we made the cut. I don't currently plugged in charging, but it's got plugged in at like 13%, and then it's just been dying slowly. Like now at 8.
I was full. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like plugging it in and then watching like it attempt to charge. It went up to 14 for like a second, and it was like 13. Like 20 minutes later, we got to 12, and I'm like, gotta make it. And then I made it. I was so excited.
Okay.
We're at 8
So-
right now.
So yeah. Does anybody have any other questions? And if you do not, chat. Will you chat? I'm gonna get you guys involved in this. Will chat please give me? The first person in chat to give me a number between 1 and 20.
Oh shit.
I was about to enter something, but
Kyle.
I know I was too.
Did they have any questions before I die? My phone's going
Poison gum.
Poison Gummy gave a 13. That will be. You guys will not going on with that. Thank you, chat, for giving me this awesome number that will reflect next week in with our rangers or hunters.
Poison Gummy, you probably just gave us 13 village years that are under the floorboards. Thank you so much.
Good job.
What did you do? I guess you just killed us all, Poison Gummy. That's what you just did. That is what happened.
Thumbtack says, but I was gonna say, any stuff you guys do outside of this on the Facebook page?
Do you do anything? Any stuff you guys do outside of this on the Facebook page? Like, what do you mean? Like, do we
I think
like more posts or videos, or what are you talking about there?
I think that's what he means. I think he means like videos or like something else that we're doing besides streaming.
Okay.
If we'd like to.
Oh.
If we would like to, I could make stuff on the Facebook page.
Oh, hobby stuff.
Do it.
Oh, like hobby stuff? Oh, like
Yeah.
All right, I'm at 2. I'm going down. See you guys later.
All right.
Bye, Andrew.
Later, bro.
see ya.
What do you mean hobby stuff? Like, what do we do on the page? Or I know Trevor streams most mornings at 10 o'clock till 2, or usually give or take. as well. I was going to say he also streams nights on the weekend, usually horror stuff, so you can see Mr. ChiefDucky jump.
All he says is just hobby stuff. Well, I don't know, hobby stuff.
I was going to say, hopefully... Go ahead, Ryan.
We have discussed getting the login information to this stream for us to do maybe nightly different things on ChiefDucky's channel. And, you know, if that, with me, it could be Pokemon Go, it could be Smash Brothers, it could be Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know. But I also have to figure that out because I've never live streamed on Twitch by myself before. So I got to learn, I got a steep learning curve on that. And so hopefully I can have a little chat with ChiefDucky there on that, on how to get that going. But
I can help you out. No big deal.
Yeah, appreciate. But yeah, other games, YouTube. I guess cosplay. Ducky does some cosplay.
I would say
like hobby stuff. I do read, write. I don't draw for shit. I can't draw for shit. Cosplay. Yeah, we just got back from a convention in Ohio, literally called OhioCon, back at the beginning of January. Going to quite a few this year because since I work for a convention, not going to say which convention I work for. If you know, then please post that in the chat. But the convention that I work for, I can get free badges to go to other events so that I don't have to pay my badge fee. And one of them this year, Josh already told the Relic Hunters, but I could be working Ranger Stop in Atlanta for free.
Take me with you.
If you want, me with you. Just come to get room with us at the hotel.
When is it?
I'll get you those dates. It's like sometime in June.
Because I think that'd be really cool just to like hang out. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, dude, especially at Ranger Stop of all places.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do that. I cosplay, work for a convention. Other games, I mean, right now, mobile games are actually kind of taking over my life. I know a lot of people are like, mobile games aren't shit. Nah, dude, I play a lot of mobile games, and Kingdom Hearts 3, which Kyle just beat. So
yeah.
So I did beat KH3. I don't really do anything else past that besides watching Power Rangers, Super Sentai, anime, that kind of stuff.
Yes, we need to watch the two specials for Kiruger.
I know, but we need to keep watching Go Kaiser too. Like I still need to.
No. Well, we gotta finish Go Kaiser before Ryu Soldier starts, because when that starts, that's gonna be a weekly watch for us on Tuesdays.
I know. This is an old game, but
I'd love to see you. What is CSGO?
Oh, CSGO, Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Counter-Strike.
Oh.
It's fun. It's a first-person shooter, and people take it super serious. Like, it's so fucking competitive, it's unreal. It's like, you think League of Legends is bad? The CSGO community is worse.
Oh, no. What platform do you play on, Trevor?
PC, PS4, soon to be Xbox.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
Kyle, what about you?
The only reason, before Kyle answers, the only reason why I'm getting an Xbox is because of Gears of War.
Okay, that's okay. Kyle, what about you?
Again, some mobile games and PS4. That's all I got.
So.
And DS, I guess.
Well, I mean, yeah. So I have a Switch, and I have a PS4. So, well, honestly, Trevor, if we ever could do online things, like whatever games that you have, we could probably do dual stream one night if you wanted to think about that.
That's a good idea. And ooh, you know, whenever that Power Rangers fighting game comes out, oh yeah.
I have no idea. No idea.
You just completely cut out. We didn't hear a thing you said. We heard, oh, and we could.
Yep.
I said the Power Rangers fighting game.
Oh, that when it comes out, absolutely.
Yep. We gotta get it on PS4
Abso-fucking-lutely.
first because PC doesn't come out until summer.
Yeah, the summer.
When does that release?
April.
Yeah, April. Well, you guys can hear me clearly because it's Discord. It's not Streamlabs. You guys can hear me clearly without it skipping, but on Discord it will skip me out a little bit.
Yeah, we probably need to figure that out. I don't know if it's
just Discord. It's just Discord, bro. It does
So
that.
we may have to think about going back to Facebook.
No.
No. No.
Like, even though
I
we have
like
audio,
this-
Screw with the recording.
even though
That's okay.
we haven't had a lot of audio issues, video issues really haven't been a problem.
Right. On a live, because I was following on the live stream the whole time, the entire screen would go black for a second and then pop back on. I don't know if anybody else saw that in the chat, but
Yeah,
I
I
did not.
saw
On
it
my
too, but
No, I don't know. It's fine. But
Yeah.
we'll work out the kinks on with Discord, why not? But anyways, I don't have any questions. I don't have anything else to mention. We've already mentioned the giveaway. We've already thanked everybody. Do you have anything left to say, Josh? Like any other last minute thing?
Announcement wise, hopefully next week there will be we can ChiefDucky can throw or should be able to throw up pictures of the house and other things that has been created, as well as just other, like I said, other things that have been drawn, so it gives you guys more of a visual. I am actually working on several things, partnerships and whatnot, hopefully that will come to fruition and kind of get us out there a little more. And if you guys, friends and anything, family, heck, even your 96-year-old grandma, if she wants to come and listen to us talk, dude, throw it out there. I was gonna say I'm doing this for fun. We're all doing this for fun. If we get big, we get big. Honestly, the only reason, like I'm saying, go to your 96-year-old grandma and say hi. I want to get this out there, just so people can see you, especially in the Ranger community. You don't have to just do this. In the D&D community, you don't just have to do D&D. You can take all of these elements, smash them into a ball, and throw them at something like Olaf's big black. Yeah. Trevor's face, everybody's face. Yes, that is the reaction I wanted. I have been playing Disney Cards Against Disney, and that is one of the cards. So I apologize.
you need a hobby.
I have a hobby. The head shake.
There are children. Yes.
Where? I do not see children.
Jeez.
Yeah, because
No,
the
and-
child is talking right now.
Yeah. And then I think it was Poison Gummy that asked what our stream schedule was. I guess Trevor, I mean as soon as we get a more like solid thing of what nights we could do things, I suppose we can do like this is what you're here on Monday nights from here to here. We're going to be playing this with whoever. And we can have a solid schedule. That way we can have a more consistent fan base throughout the week that could lead up to Relic Hunters and things like that. So
Also,
go into that.
in conjunction with your idea, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, just make sure. In conjunction with your idea of doing stuff throughout the week, you know what? I've had a lot of fun doing Relic Hunters, so I was gonna propose to you guys. I want to propose to Robin and Andrew as well, doing another like RP, but I'm the DM.
Oh shit. Oh no.
I'm 100% down.
Yes. Of what?
I would like it's gonna be based. Let me just say this: based on influenced TM by JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You need to
I don't know
watch
what
it.
that is.
It's an anime. Just watch it. Watch a couple episodes and
Watch season 2.
no, season 1's good. Season 1's good. It's only 6 episodes, but then season 2 onward is what I want to do. I want to do a JoJo's themed, roleplay like this. Well, I say themed, influence. Like I'm still gonna use like their terminology and whatnot, but it's gonna add like such a unique kind of storytelling for me because I can take my goofiness and put it into a fucking story.
That's true.
Yeah. We also this probably won't make it to stream, but I know Ryan, Kyle, and Robin. We have another Power Rangers one that we do on Mondays. We will be getting back to that.
Dude.
I want to put it on here, but at the same time, as of right now, we're halfway through the season. Maybe whenever we end this one,
Well, we technically just reset.
That is true. That is true. We could do that. It's not going to be as refined as this. It's basically just going to be a throw and go. Just join us if you want. I know Andrew did say something about being interested in, he was going to say that before he jumped off, but he actually has a custom system from the ground up built on Monster Hunter.
Oh.
Yes. So if I was we can talk to Andrew, and if he would, on one of the nights, if he would like to run that on stream, that'd be another thing. Like we just be an overall channel of fun and shenanigans.
I would be down for it.
Yeah. Might as well.
I mean, with my busy schedule, I don't know if I could be a consistent contributor with more than what I'm already doing.
You're good.
But yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's really it. If you guys want to do the JoJo's thing, Ryan, just watch a couple episodes. Like I said, the first season is super slow. The second season is when it gets 10 times better.
And where can I go to watch this?
Hulu. Do you have Hulu? If you don't have Hulu, I'll give you my Hulu.
I do not have Hulu, so
I'll gladly take it.
Both y'all are not gonna hoe off my Hulu.
First of all, you offered it. He came in like vulture status and tried to jump in on that. So
that's fair.
Hey, I already take advantage of Ryan's WWE, so.
Yes, you do, sir. Yes, you do.
If you both do need to use it, then we'll work
Poison
out
Gubby.
We'll
Poison Gubby.
Well, off stream.
Poison Gubby, can I have your Hulu?
No, you cannot have my Hulu. Absolutely not.
Please, Dad.
But Muda is from JoJo's. Watch JoJo's. Anyways, that's it. I'm done.
So I do want to talk real quick, not about Relic Hunters, but if you guys are Ranger fans, the toys coming up look amazing from Hasbro for Beast Morphers.
I want the Morpher so bad.
They also, dude, with Ryu Soldier, they just did. They announced the cast and all that, along with the opening and the closing and the dance, and it looks amazing. So I'm excited about that. I am back to Relic Hunters. We will be using references. I wasn't able to use the reference I wanted to tonight because I want to do it whenever I have our extra cameo friend, and sadly we did not have the Blue Bearded Wonder tonight. Yes, Gitmo was not with us, so I do have a poupette that usually. I usually have a blue poupette that sits here. His name is Gitmo, and he again is the little. What you see is what he is in game. What the hunters see. So, he's our little companion, and hopefully he will be back next week.
He will be. Trust me. It's already been shipped out.
Good. I also have a special thing that I'm going to be bringing to next week. That is going to be a relic, and I actually am going to have it in my hand. That is a throw to the show.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So
I should be receiving it Tuesday.
turning into Lupin
Trevor,
Ranger,
you are
isn't
not to open the box with my name on it, because I will get you, because it's going to arrive while I'm at work, and I will get you if you open it.
What's in the
This is gonna turn into Lupin
box?
Ranger.
Do what?
It's gonna turn into Lupin Ranger is what this is about to be. We're gonna open a safe and look, it's a tiny green version of Saba.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. That was hilarious.
By the way, the final episode
I
is
haven't watched
English
it all.
subbed tomorrow. No, it's tomorrow. Calm down.
I'm
Kyle.
still behind. Don't
No,
spoil.
it's fine. Kyle, I'm not there.
Put the headphones back on, Kyle.
No, I'm just saying the final episode appears, for me at least, tomorrow, English subbed. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But going back to Beast Morphers. So my thought, and I don't know what the rest of you think, but if Nickelodeon, I mean, because they're running on Nickelodeon, that they're going to have super Beast Morphers, right? So what are your thoughts here? I know. What are your thoughts about them going and ditching and going towards the Ziorucher, or the one with the cubes, and doing those as a super, because those are all animal themed too. I'm just saying, doesn't mean they're going to have the cubes. But listen to me though, if Blaze turns out to be the 6th, that makes sense for them to transition into that season, and then it brings it back more into the current realm of a closer era of Super Sentai, that being 2 seasons.
I would understand that, but they better leave the Lego block Zords out. Like this, it was no. I hated those Zords.
What's wrong, Chief? What are you doing? What is that?
He's running on time because it's 11:30 and I gotta work in the morning. Either that or he's pointing out a pimple.
Okay, well, on that note, we better call it a night on Twitch, because ChiefDucky and Josh are about to have a fight, and none of you want to see Iron Man in the middle of that fight. So
I will start throwing everything in this room the door.
We went from answering the questions to just rambling about our stuff. So
that is true. That is true.
So
but hey, this is the Relic Roundtable.
Yeah, essentially. So we'll probably just talk for like 20 minutes or so. But yeah, I'm guessing we're calling it, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you all for stopping by. Last shout-outs again to Flesco, level 1.5, Poison Gummy, Mike, Jen, Corn Dog Pop, L Taylor 447, Neagle Bites, and I already mentioned at the beginning, but Kelsnick, Jags, Dackman, and yeah, that's it. Anyways.
And thank you for Mike Jen for showing up in the chat, having fun with us.
Thank you so much, Mike, for being here. Anything else, guys? Last minute goodbyes? Yep, cool.
Nope. Thanks, guys.
See you next time.
Be prepared next week for some shenanigans. My hunters and I am actually, I've got a huge well, I say huge. Yeah, it's a huge surprise for you guys next week. So
okay.
Good night, y'all.